It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.,
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes,
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off.
and Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you better have some meat on your bone.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Man, what a game. National championship. Whatever their chant is. Indiana wins the Natty last night in impressive fashion. The play that you will see forever, likely, if you're a college football fan, is the Fernando Mendoza run. An incredible score. Indiana wins it 27-21. We're here to recount it all as we welcome you in. And Big Sirs, JJ, you can go down the line, Coach Campo, Denny, all the ones that had the Miami ties. That one hurt last night, big fella, I'm sure. We will definitely drill down on it, but your emotions.
It hurt a little. It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Your emotions, please.
I thought I'd be feeling worse.
Uh-huh.
I like the way they competed.
Yeah.
There are no moral victories.
No.
I think the better team at the best time won the game.
Yeah.
Mendoza, he's going to get a statue, by the way. He's going to get a statue. Because he's going to get a statue.
Wait, in Miami or
No,
in
not in
Bloomington?
Miami. No, Indiana. Of course, Indiana. But listen, they played a clean game, bro.
Yes,
We said going into the game that Miami couldn't have any mistakes. They had to be clean. But Miami had penalties. Miami had block punts. Miami couldn't stop a back shoulder fade to save their life. And Miami and Indiana did all the right things, bro. They ran the ball effectively. And they took their shots when they needed, and they converted the third and fourth down to keep the drive alive.
Yeah,
they ran the ball well.
They ran like 40 times. All right, Matt's back from Miami after covering it. You were in the press boxes. This whole thing was unfolding. So, honestly, it delivered from every possible angle, just in terms of a heavyweight fight. But they ran it 40 times, man.
As far as the drama of the game, the anticipation of the game, the way the game played out, probably no better college football playoff in the college football playoff era.
Yeah.
No better CFP game than that one. And I'm including Alabama over Georgia in 2nd and 26 because that was like the Southern Super Bowl. This where it had everybody's attention across the country, and it was the Indiana factor, I think, raised this thing well above what Alabama or Georgia or Ohio State in the past or Clemson in the past or the Clemson-Alabama rematch. The Indiana factor made this thing rare.
Well, the amount of people that came out of the state of Indiana to be
Dude,
there.
it was 65-35 Indiana fans.
And the people that just wanted to be down there made the trip without even having a ticket to get in the game.
A lot of candy stripes on South Beach, by the way.
Oh,
I think we all learned how big Indiana University actually is.
Their alumni.
Giant.
Yeah,
It's
I
giant.
never realized that until this year.
Largest alumni base in the United States. Over 800,000.
Okay, I did not realize that. I know that Florida is around half a million, or excuse me, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that's the largest one.
Yeah.
Wow. And tickets were being obviously hawked at big prices to get in the stadium. But the atmosphere was great. How much different was it from Notre Dame, Ohio State last year?
The crowd?
Yeah, the atmosphere, the crowd,
Oh,
everything.
my God, way better than last year.
I know.
Last year
I'm
was
just
boring.
guessing. But I'm just trying to figure out what in the world is the difference.
Well,
it's
the
a great
Indiana
story.
factor, and it's Miami playing at home.
Yeah.
And it's a story that everybody was captivated by. Indiana, until this year, the losingest program in the history of college football, is playing for a national title.
Yeah, and people
None of that is unbeaten in playing for the national title.
Yeah, and people are saying it's one of the greatest stories ever in sports, and we might.
It is the greatest turnaround ever.
Yeah, we might debate that a little bit later on with some judgments, but it is. You know what it is? Yesterday we celebrated Martin Luther King birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I Have a Dream. That was a different speech, but now Indiana basically provided all the other teams that haven't done anything. I Have a Dream.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just telling you.
Do not minimize what Indiana did.
Don't
say, well, because Indiana did it, Kentucky can do it. Because I think that, well, not just you, the collective.
No, I'm just saying, how am I minimizing by saying everyone now can
I think everyone's trying to say that because Indiana did it, that now all of a sudden college football is wide open.
I've heard
and
that about
Northwestern can do
47
it,
times.
Right.
Yeah.
From last
That
night.
I'm not saying.
Why don't you agree with
what
that?
you, the
Yeah.
collective you, is doing
Yeah.
is you're minimizing what the key to this entire thing. Signetti and his staff, yes, they got guys out of the portal. They didn't get the 4- and 5-star guys out of the portal. They found guys that fit what they did and then developed them.
Well, yeah.
That's what it's all. That's what ask Leon. That's what football is all about. It's about getting guys and developing them to reach their ceiling. Which, by the way, this franchise did this year in Jacksonville.
yeah. Yeah.
So it's about that, and it's about the coach who can do that. It's about the coach who sells something to a group of guys and they play at their ceiling every single game. So it's different than just saying, okay, well, hey, let's watch Illinois do this. It's not that at all.
Yeah,
At all.
sustainable. Coming from a 2-star recruit that was developed at Miami,
Right.
Understand exactly what you're talking about. That you got to find football players. You know,
Yes.
you're not looking for 4 or 5 stars. Now they may be good and they be nice, but you got to find those diamonds in the roughs. You got to find those guys that nobody's really recruiting that just loves to play ball
Right.
and that fits well into your program. You develop them. So
Like
and
like Charlie Becker. Nobody
Right.
wanted Charlie Becker.
Right. Well, that's what Nick Saban said last night. He goes, just because they weren't 4 and 5 stars then, they were 2 and 3 stars. They are 5 stars now. The way they're playing.
Okay. Here's another thing too.
Yeah.
Let me just say this real
Yeah.
quick with Nick, who now apparently is this guy who's big on it doesn't take 4- and 5-star guys. In Nick's championships there,
Yeah.
okay, in his 6 championships.
I love how you do this, man.
In his 6 championships, okay?
Yeah.
So the 4 years before each championship, because that's a full recruiting class.
Mhm.
So that's 24 years. In those 24 years, they had the #1 recruiting class 17 times.
Yeah. I don't doubt it at
Okay,
all.
so don't let Nick sell you on that, okay?
Hang
Nick
on.
also is
You
trying to
have to
minimize
quit-
what Signetti's
you
doing.
have to quit telling me what I'm thinking and how I'm minimizing things, okay?
No, not you. I'm
Because-
saying Nick.
No, I'm just saying what I got from Nick Saban is that coaching staff took the Leon Searcy 2-star and turned him into an All-America performer. Okay, he's giving the coaching staff credit for what they did.
He's also
The other
saying
part
he's
of
also saying it's not doesn't mean you have to have 4- and 5-star play. Nick, you won 6 national titles with those 4-
oh
and
my
5-star
gosh,
players.
he is crediting the coaching staff for doing something that
Right,
he
but
never.
he's saying one thing and talking out the other side of his mouth about another thing.
I guess I don't see that because
Well, you guys are talking about 2 different interviews.
Yeah, like-
Earlier in the day, Nick Saban was being an ass
Yeah.
and was like, "Oh, we don't even look at the star rankings." It's like, yeah, Nick, because you were only recruiting 4- and 5-star. It didn't matter if
Right.
it was 5
That's
or 4
ridiculous.
to you.
Not only
bro.
that,
They're
he'd
talking
recruit a
about
guy-
2 stars.
Yes,
Yeah.
he'd recruit a 2- or 3-star and sign him, and then all of a sudden the recruiting services would go, "Oh, he's a 5-star."
Now that they have
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
He's a 5-star.
Yeah, that part's ridiculous.
So he was saying like that the stars don't matter, and he's being disingenuous
Yeah,
about it.
of course.
So I get
All-
what Matt's saying, but you
Right.
are talking about 2 separate things.
Right. The main thing that I wanted to express to anybody is 2 basic things. If you're coached well, you become a good football player, okay? It is harder and harder with the movement of
See
players.
the Jags this year.
Yeah. Yes. It is harder and harder with the player movement in college football in particular to get good coaching. Players aren't getting developed like they used to because they're not in one place for very long. At least a lot of them aren't. And so the 2-star to 5-star storyline doesn't necessarily develop. Guys are up and out. Just take a look at the transfer portal. But the other part, he's congratulating Signetti on an amazing accomplishment, doing something at a place that had never been done before. They had basically said, hey, we'll field a team. That's all they were interested in trying to do up in Indiana. Now they put a championship level team together. And I just think he's giving him credit. The other part of it is that you can look around and look at what Clark Lee did at Vanderbilt, what Signetti did at Indiana, and many others you can use as examples. And there is a belief system now that says if you have the right guy and the right plan, there's no reason not to think you can't do it.
I also think it's part of the human condition in society these days. Is you tell these kids they're 4- and 5-star guys, and if they don't play early or if something goes wrong, they're out. They're out, and they think, all right, somebody else will pay me. It's fine. I don't have to work. It's not about working at that point. Then it's just about finding somebody who's going to allow you to do what you want to do.
Well, a lot of the kids 4 and 5 stars, really, the reason why they're out because somehow they feel within the community they need to be validated by playing early instead of just staying there and developing. That's the problem with it, is because you get a kid from wherever, he's a 4 or 5 star, he's not playing. Now the people in the neighborhood are saying, man, why you ain't playing? So now he has to bounce and go somewhere else where he can play instead of just sitting where he is and developing because he needs validation.
Yeah.
So that's another one of the human condition. A lot of these kids need validation for people that shouldn't even matter.
He'll be with his 7th team.
Mm-hmm.
None of those coaches have said, TJ, you can't play.
Yeah.
Okay? You need to work a little harder.
Right.
You need to focus on getting better instead of jumping to another school.
Yeah, that's my whole thing as far as player development. It's not existing the way it used to. You weren't saddled with a guy that says, I'm going to turn him into something because he ain't what I want him to be or what I expected him to be. You don't get that opportunity now. You just basically say, hey, you're out. I don't need you anymore. You're not as good as I thought you were. So there's coaches abandoning players and players abandoning schools.
Well, there's another precursor to this as well, the social media. Mm-hmm. If you're a 4 or 5 star and you're not playing, you got people and fans on his board saying you suck, you this, and that. And these kids don't know how to process that kind of information and staying off and just going about your business a ball.
Yeah.
Which makes what Signetti did with that team all the more amazing. Mm-hmm. 27 wins in 29 games. The only 2 losses they've had were to last year's national champion and last year's runner-up.
Yeah, it really 29 games it went out, and now they've called it the most successful team in college football history. We can debate that as well. We'll get it going. All right, so you guys let us know what you're thinking about it, what you saw last night. How big is this Indiana football national championship in the world of sport that you have seen? 641-1010. You can compare it to anything. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We'd love to hear from you. Jump in the YouTube chat. That's an easy way to get in on XLP as well.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies.
Nothing's happening.
Be patient.
I don't know. It's not responding.
Wait for it.
1010 XL.
See? There you go.
David Garrard here, and once again, I'm reporting good news about how good my knees are doing following PRP treatment at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For an old quarterback like me, my knees are in great shape.
You don't have to be a celebrity or a professional athlete to appreciate the everyday personal attention you'll receive at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For any orthopedic need, call on the pros at SOS.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this. Every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 100-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX20 and get $20 off. That's right. Carry on the delivery. It's your call. Use the online promo code JAX20 for $20 off a 100-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
If you've got to have more Gators, get them anytime with a Gator Podcast channel. Served up by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whenever you're ready, the Gator Podcast channel is too. On the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Finding the right plumber to reline your cast iron pipes doesn't have to be a stressful experience. When you hire Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, you can rest assured you're getting the best in the industry. At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we're so confident in our work that we encourage you to get multiple estimates. Look at each company's reviews and check the scope of their pipelining work to make sure it's what you're expecting. But at the end of the day, make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Hey, Hickett here. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season out right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code 1010XL. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code 1010XL to get $50 in lineup after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Get ready for an unforgettable night of classic rock with legendary Queensryche vocalist Jeff Tate.
Performing the hit album Operation Mindcrime for the final time.
One night only, January 28th at Florida Theater. Timeless hits from the unmistakable voice of Jeff Tate. Get your tickets now at floridatheater.com.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. I am attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goal, diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! That's where he won the Heisman Trophy.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
That play
did it, bro. And as a former offensive lineman, I'm watching the game, and I'm looking at their line, and I'm looking at their splits. And I'm saying, wait a minute, those splits are too tight to be throwing a pass. And I'm screaming in the cigar lounge, watch the draw, watch the quarterback draw. And they ran it to perfection.
And he busted through a couple of would-be tacklers. And then he had to, it was shades of John Elway.
The helicopter
run in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and it honestly, for him to keep that play alive.
That's what his trophy going to look. I mean, his statue is going to look like that. The stretch, bro. I'm telling you right now, his statue.
Lip.
Yes, that's what his statue.
So, what did you guys think about the call to go for it on 4th and 5, up 3?
So here's what I was thinking.
I mean, the cojones. After it looked like he seemingly screwed up the entire field goal with a timeout, it was like, what is he doing?
I don't think it was cojones. I think he was genuinely concerned that they couldn't stop Miami.
Yeah.
That Miami was getting on a roll.
In the second
field
and
goals
they had to
gonna
score
do it.
points.
So you're saying
a field goal wasn't going to cut.
He was right
Miami was wearing them down, is what you're saying. Second half, after the big run from Fletcher.
Yes, I think they were. I think they were definitely concerned that if this gets into a situation where we're trading possessions, we're going to lose.
Which you saw that.
Yeah, they'll score touchdowns. We'll kick field goals. We're going to lose.
Yeah,
and they. So yeah,
but to your point. That takes some onions to make that call.
Yes. In the national title game, no one's going to question you if you just kick the field goal.
Take the points right. Yes.
And so
and it wasn't 2 yards; it was 4th and
5.
It was 4th and
what was
a
the
short
clock?
5, a long 4. Yeah.
What was the clock right then?
That was pretty.
It was like 6 minutes.
7?
No, it was more than that because Miami scored with 6 minutes left.
And they got the ball back.
Miami returned like immediately on the next drive and scored.
Yeah,
which was they kept bouncing back. It was shocking
because that made it 24-14.
And then Indiana went right back down the field.
Yeah,
and but for Carter Smith's false start, that game was over.
It was. They would have got that yard, but.
Scoreless in the first, and then able to produce as many points as Miami did in the second half is pretty commendable that they got it right. They got it going, and they started wearing them down. Here's a text.
By the way, not a good day for Carter Smith.
Yeah,
just got abused by Reuben Bain.
Yeah,
and that false start.
Big Ten offensive lineman of the year. Went into the game giving up 0 sacks.
Yeah, he's a projected first-round pick. He got
Coogan's my dude, man. Got to play in 2 natties representing the state of
center,
Indiana.
right?
Their O-line, the way they ran the middle 3, woo.
Yeah.
Those guys are going to play in the NFL, that middle 3.
And just the fact that, honestly, this is today's college. You can play in back-to-back national championship games from the same state representing 2 different schools.
Sad.
That's just the way it is.
Coogan's a big dude, by the way.
He is a big dude. And he's
I wouldn't mind a little third rounder on him.
Yeah, he looks
Although
poised.
Moten was destroying the inner line for IU for a long time. 99 for Miami was like the best player.
I told you guys this in the pre-show. I don't think I've ever seen a major game where one team could not block a defensive line and still won the game.
Yeah,
and no turnovers. It didn't seem like they were ever going to fumble or throw a pick. Or Mendoza was never like flustered.
No. I knew he was going to get hit, but he showed great.
They
points.
were really patient on offense.
Moton was fired up on the sidelines. You saw him get into it with a couple of his teammates.
Oh yeah.
So he
in
was
the first half. Things were not going good.
No. He was saucy on the sideline.
And Indiana, if you watch the season, they usually take advantage of you. If you don't survive the first half, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So Miami, the fact that the defense kept them 10 with only 10 points, that's the reason why we was able to stay.
Should have been 10-3, but
yeah, exactly.
Special teams. Apparently,
Doink.
special teams matter.
Doink. Yeah. This is the special teams capital of the world. We wrote the book on how important it is.
Why do the Miami Hurricanes suck at special teams for the last 20 years? It makes back in my day, that was their thing. They would block kicks, they'd block punts, they'd return them for touch. Now it's like that half-ass effort on that punt block was pathetic by 87. I never want to see him in a Miami.
We can't repeat your text.
No.
To the text string.
Oh, all right. Off the text line, one of our Nooners hitting it 641-1010. Miami's trophy case is still dusty. Rooting for rivals to lose is all us Knowles can do nowadays.
Yeah. So we still got more trophies in ours than you.
Oh, beautiful though. Hey, listen, like we said, if you can't get it done, you want to make sure the other guys don't get it done, and you kind of you find joy there.
I saw some crazy takes online. One from an old fan last night that said, if you don't win the Natty, you might as well finish 5-7. And it's like, you can't possibly believe that.
No.
You can't possibly believe that.
No.
That is a level of cope that I hope I never get to.
And you have now settled is what you've done. You've surrendered and settled. I do love the line, though. Again, this is beautiful. Text line lit up, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010, on the Indiana National Championship. They play an SEC schedule. They don't make the playoffs. You gotta love it. You gotta love
it.
The Big Ten is
they went 16-0.
The Big Ten has won the championship the last 3 years in a row. By the way,
different teams.
Exactly.
Different teams. So
so you can't
sit at the top of the kingdom.
Yeah, you can't say it right now. Look, Jim Harbaugh's team did it with defense and a pretty dang good quarterback in J.J. McCarthy, but it was more run game. It was more quorum and in the defense than anything else. And then obviously the amount of talent that was on the football field last year for Ohio State as a 2-loss team, able to come back and win it. And now you got a third Big Ten team that's stepping up and winning a natty. And the SEC is sitting back kind of
the food chain
shaking their head trying to figure out what's going on.
The food chain has flipped now, bro.
It has right now, and it's a worthy debate, which we will get into a little bit later on.
What's Indiana going to do next year, Matt?
They're losing a lot. There's no doubt they are.
They got the TCU quarterback.
So they got Josh Hoover from TCU. So people always talk about those JMU transfers. Okay, there was 13 of them. Only 5 were impact guys. So, but all 5 of those guys are gone. So it's they've got work to do. They're going to need a couple receivers. They're going to need like probably 3 or 4 offensive linemen. He just signed the number one portal class.
So do you expect them to be in the playoff though?
Well, I mean, let's see. I mean, it's not. I keep saying this over and over. It's not like you can just continue to build with the portal, and all of a sudden every year it's going to work, and every year they're going to assimilate perfectly, and every year they're going to do exactly what you think they're going to do.
I agree.
You're dealing with so many different things. So many different dynamics from kids in the transfer portal.
If Sagnetti can get that team back into the playoff next year, that might be a better coaching job than
right. Because look, the reality is the transfer portal is 3 things. They're either the unloved, unwanted, or somebody looking for a payday on their way to the NFL, and all 3 of those, none of them are good. None of them are. As far as for team chemistry, to having a unique season. So yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. There's no doubt about it. But I mean, he's proven now in 2 years he knows what he's doing.
I'll never doubt him.
Yeah, 29 games they suited up. 27 times they walked into their locker room as a winner. That's pretty damn good.
It is pretty good.
Another nooner. What you're missing is that a lot of these kids were JMU transfers. James Madison, which is where Cignetti was before. Money has leveled the playing field. The pressure's going to be on Wisconsin's head coach, along with Minnesota and Nebraska, to produce. And that's basically what is happening. There are presidents, fan bases, athletic directors that are looking around going, what the H? How did Indiana do it? And this is happening in the NFL as well. 10 coaches are going to be replaced in this hiring cycle, and because everyone's hitting a panic button, and the same in college football, because Nebraska, tried and true loyal fans that have been through everything, and they're looking around going, how the hell did that just happen?
But why would you want to be comfortable? I mean, you should be embracing what Indiana did. I mean, if you want to sit back and just collect a paycheck, I thought the whole idea about coaching, it was about winning conference championships, playing for national championships.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't sit on your hands anymore. You got to go out there and do some work.
I think Cignetti has now made it harder for coaches because every program now is going to look at their coach after 2 years and been like, what do you mean we're 8-4?
Right, and that's
should we cut the cord now?
Yeah,
that's kind of
Cignetti
my
just
point.
won a natty.
Yeah.
You're talking about a rare coach. You can't just automatically say because A did it, B can do it.
I'm just saying ADs are not all.
No, I
genius.
agree.
It doesn't mean that B won't point it out.
I like the pressure that they're going to be putting on these coaches now to get it done.
By the way, he had a addendum in his contract that if they won the national title, his annual salary moved to $14 million a year.
What
Smart.
was it?
Good negotiator.
11.8, I think.
Wow.
And he had just
12
barely
maybe.
gotten the bump, right?
Yeah, he just got the bump, and I think it was like right at 11.8 or 12. He got a significant raise from.
I'm
winning
sure
the
they
national title.
laughed about that. Like, look at this guy wants to put a national title
But
thing in
if
the
you're
contract.
the NFL, if you're the NFL and you go and try and take a run at him, I mean, how much are you gonna have to pay him?
Take a look at what Harbaugh is getting up in New York.
He also said this week that
What is Harbaugh
he's a
getting?
college
I
guy.
believe it's a 5-year, $100 million deal.
God,
wow.
I believe that's what it was. I have to look and make sure, but I believe that's
I'm
what.
going to say this, and it's going to sound stupid. I don't know that 20 would make him leave Indiana.
Well, he said
It'd have
earlier
to be a
this
lot
week
more.
that he's a big college guy and he's
Yeah.
decided that's where he's going to coach.
Right, right.
And he's not young. He's like
He's
Early
63.
60s, yeah.
63,
yeah.
He also said yesterday after the game, by the way, and I kid you not, right after, near the end of the press conference, and everybody's saying all these glowing things about Indiana, and he goes, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I mean, what do you do after this? He literally said that. He goes, I don't really have anything else to do. I just coach.
Dude,
I coach football.
He like can't celebrate. When they blocked the punt for the touchdown, he looked pissed.
Dude,
he
said,
was like, I don't want to win a game like this.
He said tomorrow. He said tomorrow we're off, and then Wednesday we start in 2026. I'm like, it's like I'm listening.
Dude, that's
to
the
Saban
life
all
of the
over again.
portal, though. Like,
and the life of the portal will make you get right back to work.
Yeah.
But that's Coach K mentality. You celebrate for not 24 hours, like 24 minutes, and then you just start thinking about the next. But the other thing about Cignetti on the sidelines, his death stare is scary.
It's the best.
Okay, I had a nightmare last night about him, but he is the only coach that I think exists right now that can find the camera on the other side of the field.
It's very performative, but I love it.
I know. How does he?
I don't think it is performative.
Oh,
actually,
yes, it is.
He
knows
definitely is
now.
doing it. He knows.
Maybe at first it was like that. Maybe they just caught him at a very rare moment, but now it's like
Like he might as well be on
okay,
The
bro.
Office or Modern Family because he is looking
always
at the camera.
looking at the camera
Yeah.
with that goofy eyebrow raise. I love it,
Yeah.
but let's not act like this is all.
He's method acting.
Yeah, I think he is.
Sig.
I got nothing but respect for the guy.
Yeah,
man.
I think the most impressive thing is, as you guys have all mentioned, we've all mentioned it, is that they play fairly mistake-free, which means he drills down on what is it, Leon? Technique and fundamentals.
The
You know, all the
practices
things
must
that
be
you
serious.
have to do and perfect it in the offseason, in game prep, before the game is ever played.
I can only imagine what their practices are like.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, if you're doing that in games, that means your practice is clean.
Yeah.
Your practice is clean.
Yeah.
And from everything, from your technique, your fundamentals to your stance, your get off, your finish, all that.
Is it also a product of slightly older players? It probably is.
Well, yeah, it could be a lot more discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But everybody has to buy in.
Yeah.
And then they've got to be the coaches in the locker room with the younger guys by the way they play the game. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Couple more that we will throw at you coming off the text line. We'll get in the YouTube chat as well. Get some of the reaction from you guys. Keep firing away. We love it. And let's compare it to some of the other greater accomplishments in sports. We will do that coming up. It is XL Primetime. Beautiful Tuesday. It's cold but sunny. I'll always take that sunshine hanging up above us when temperatures are in the 50s. This is a bitter winter we're going through right now in Duval.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Start your new year off healthy and get screened at Ackerman Urology for common cancers of the prostate, bladder, and kidney. Early detection is key with 5 locations across Northeast Florida. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Hey gang, Prosser here. When it comes time to sell your home, don't worry about any, quote, problems you think might be related, because I've got the perfect team that will keep you right on track. In fact, they've got a guarantee that you can't beat. And that is Chad and Sandy, the agents I would call to sell my home. You see why? Your home sold guaranteed or they will buy it. Need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, and stress-free. But the promise is this. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price means aggressive marketing. Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems to drive demand to sell your home. Darcy in San Jose said, I felt too isolated in my retirement. I wanted to buy in a different area, better suited for me. I spoke to several agents who didn't seem to care. I needed to find someone I could rely on. In come Chad and Sandy, and in 3 days, the home was sold. ChadandSandy.com or 904-414-6200.
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Don't wait for leaks to tell you it's time. Start the new year with a roof built to last from Romano Brothers Roofing. Serving Jacksonville for over 45 years, their family-owned team handles repairs, full replacements, and residential or commercial installs, including durable metal roofs. They even do remodels and additions. Call 904-246-5649 or visit RomanoBrothersRoofing.com for a free estimate. License number CCC 1328893.
Hey, Hicken here. Leave all the 2025 dirt and celebrate the new year with our friends from Zero Res. Carpets, tile, hardwood, LVP, area rugs, upholstery. Basically every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. Time to call the cleaner pros at Zero Res, and don't forget about your air ducts. Zero Res has a 4.9 rating on Google with more than 8,000 reviews. Bring in the new year with 20% off carpet and upholstery cleaning, plus take $100 off your air duct cleaning when you mention 1010XL. 287-5727 or book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and this month I want to talk to you about welcoming the winds of change in your life. But so often, when we see the winds of change coming our way, our immediate response is to fight it. Friends, when you see things in your life changing, when the winds of change are coming your way, don't fight it, but embrace it. Recognize that God is stirring you up so that you too can soar like an eagle.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Flame Broiler, the Rice Bowl King, is turning up the flavor with new char wings. These wings are charbroiled, never fried, grilled to perfection for a big taste without the grease. Grab them as a 3-piece or 10-piece side, or make it a meal with a 6 or 8-piece combo, served with rice and a drink. Order pickup or delivery today from any of Flame Broiler's 5 Jacksonville locations, or call 904-619-2786. Flame Broiler, bold flavor done right.
If you're listening to 1010 and you're a parent, chances are your kids are playing sports. Check out i9sports.com with spring and summer registration open right now. In the gym or on the field, and now at Tocoi Creek High School and Westside Middle. Check it out, i9sports.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
So Dylan Joyce back on. Blocked in the inner box, the punt, and falls on it for a touchdown.
We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Great plays last night. Chris Fowler on the call. He and Herbie in the booth for the Natty in ESPN with their basically claim on college football. The CFP runs through them, and they did set up a pretty dang good stage as far as the coverage goes and all the people that were down there for it. The royalty from the Miami side, you certainly saw that, Big Sirs, and the way the game played out, it delivered on every front. That's for sure. Was it one of the instant classics? You guys let us know. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Here's one, Big Sirs, and this is a puzzled fan. Cersei, why did Dawson call that play when it was high risk? Even more of a high-risk play when the receiver didn't know the ball was coming to him. With 44 seconds left, everybody should know who's getting the ball. Can you explain that one to me, please?
No, I can't. I can't explain the throw.
I wouldn't put that on Dawson.
Yeah.
No, I would put that
on
on
Carson.
Yeah, it's on Carson.
And by the way, you are obviously trying to it's 27-21 at this point.
They have to score a touchdown.
They have to score a touchdown. A kick wins it. So you are obviously trying to get in for 6.
No timeouts, but still.
Carson did not drive that ball.
A lot of time left. Man.
Okay, he didn't drive that ball.
No, he didn't.
And it was double covered.
And two, the safety coming over, the quarterback conversion.
You had to see the safety coming over. And at worst, you either throw that to where overthrow it out of bounds.
Yeah.
But you can't make that throw.
And as you might.
I mean, listen, I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not going to knock on Carson. We don't get there without him. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just going to say it. We don't get to where we are right
now.
Well,
he's going to get a lot of hate today, but that's so true, man.
Of course he is.
Right, because I was going to follow what you just said, JJ, with already heard it. You could set your watch by it, is basically what they said.
The
Carson
second
Beck,
I got on Twitter last night, I already knew what time it was.
Yeah, Carson Beck is going to throw a pick at this time, da-da-da-da. Well, if you look back at the first 7 games versus the last 8 games, it was 2 picks versus, I think, 9 picks. Does that sound right? What was his total number?
Well, I think the first half of the season, he was 14-9, and then down the stretch, he was 15-2 going into the game.
And so he had cleaned it up. He had, and the stretch of the SMU and Louisville game are the ones that he threw a bunch of.
And the ending last night looked like the ending to those games.
It did. And I said it as we were walking out yesterday
terrible
on the show,
decision.
is that he had the drive of his life to get to the national championship game. Will he be able to pull fuel from that for this moment, or will it make him think he can complete any pass?
Which he was having drives all fourth quarter, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was getting them down the field.
Well, here's another thing.
So
there has to be an indictment on the receiving core because they're going to double Malachi because they're not going to let him touch the ball. Mm-hmm. So you got to find a way to get open. You got to find a way to get open somehow. Knowing that they're going to double team the best player on your team right now offensively. Right. So it happens.
Yeah.
It broke my heart.
I felt bad for him because when they needed him in November, he really played well. Mm-hmm. When they needed him on the road in College Station, he made some big throws.
Yeah, and the other guy didn't.
Yeah, when they needed him against Ole Miss, he had that drive.
Mm-hmm. And he matched the other guy on that.
Yeah, and it's just it's tough.
Yeah, it's what
a
happens.
Tough way for his career to end.
Yeah, it's the
being
way you're
that close to winning it all.
Yeah,
being that close to having that kind of a redemption story where, he gets hurt at Georgia and for no other reason.
Yeah,
he's on the outs.
Well, I wrote it down.
Starts up again.
I wrote it down just to remind me. Before last night, a year ago, what were we saying about Carson Beck? A year ago, before last night, before the national championship game, Gunner had taken over, and you can go back maybe a little bit more after the SEC championship and the injury. What were people saying about Carson? Well, injured. Is he going to go to the NFL? If he does, he's going to be a late draft pick because of the injury. He didn't play well enough down the stretch. And then here he is a year later.
Yeah, it was kind of a surprise that he went to Miami.
Yeah, well,
that was very late in the process.
It was after the Natty.
Right, but you guys have to understand, Gunner hadn't taken over. When he said he was going to the portal, Kirby was the first guy to call him.
Yeah.
Kirby wanted him back.
Yeah.
So that wasn't Gunner's job. It would have been his job.
But remember, I'm trying to remember what JJ's saying is I feel like the timeline was after the Natty.
Yeah, he said he was going to go to the draft.
Yeah, he was going to the
still
draft.
was
He
going to the
came
draft.
back
Yeah, because
to go to Miami.
Because
Yeah.
his arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he knew his arm. He wasn't going to be ready.
Yeah. And so, and for all the obvious reasons, he made a great decision. And then he also, as Matt just said, Kirby Smart says, if you are coming back, we want you. And the
Kid on the board
dollars
called him too.
Yeah, the dollars weren't there for the others, and the dollars were for Miami, and he gets the deal done. So amazing the turnaround from him professionally, health wise, everything. And he played his fanny off, but he made the throw that they'll remember, of course.
Listen, in Miami lowers, he's above Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny threw 5.
Yeah.
Poor Vinny.
If we're talking,
he's never at those games, is he, Vinny? At the King game.
that's funny that you say that because like
Never.
everyone else is.
Never. Everyone else is.
'Cause they'll
Ed
bring
Reed's
it up.
running around last night, one of those weird
Big hats.
20-gallon
Yeah.
hats on.
Those are terrible,
Ed's
by
the
the
best
way.
ever, by the way.
Yeah.
But no Vinny. Vinny's never at those games.
Bro, I saw Vinny in the players' suite about 7 years ago.
Right.
When I started the streak
Mm-hmm.
of us losing, me showing the game. And I saw him, and the first thing, he's a great guy.
Right.
You know, great guy. But in my head, the first thing I thought was about
Penn State.
5. How you throw 5?
It's the first thing you think
You
of.
threw 7 in the whole season. You threw 5 in one game. That's all I think. I'm sorry, but he's a great guy.
It's kind of like your Steeler reunion. Neil O'Donnell doesn't show up.
Listen,
he doesn't show
he's
up.
not welcome.
If we are talking about Canes players real fast, we got to
Yeah.
give some love to like Ruben Bain, Mesidor, Moten.
That was my key last night.
and of course
honestly.
Malachi. I
Yeah.
mean, the future's so freaking bright for that kid.
And he kept.
He has the potential to be the greatest Miami Hurricane offensive player of all time.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, like, if you start as a 17-year-old scoring touchdowns in a national
That's
title
true.
game,
Yeah, that's true.
your trajectory is insane.
And then the thing you have for that to happen, you got to keep him, and he's got to want to stay.
Well, he's got at least
Yeah.
2 more years.
At least
left.
2 more.
Oh, he's
and
not going
there.
anywhere.
No, he is a Cane.
Yeah, he is a
Yeah,
king.
he is. I'm just saying he's got to stay. That's just the difference of what was
Yeah,
and what
you're right.
is.
Mhm.
And so because you had great ones, obviously Irvin being one of the major ones, but you had so many other great players
Countless.
that came through there wearing or playing wide receiver. One IU fan texting in, he goes, "IU fan here, practices are crazy short up there. Some are only 45 minutes long."
It's true. That's
true.
true.
Wild.
That's true. That's one of the things. Like I was actually talking to.
They got to get home, take care of their kids and family.
I was
They gotta
actually
shovel
talking to
snow
Carter
is what they
Smith
gotta
about it because when Signetti came there, Carter Smith went in the portal, and he said, "I came back because Sig explained his process, how he's going to do it. He doesn't like to practice long. He likes to get in and get out, get your work done, and go home. And it's as much mental as it is getting going through much going through mental reps as it is hitting, and that was intriguing to him, and it was intriguing to a lot of those guys. Yeah. That's 100% true.
Fresh bodies.
Yeah, fresh bodies equal fresh legs in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but I mean, he has to
but they still
definitely
need
trust
to
him.
hit.
Oh, you still need to hit.
Yeah.
That means you trust him. Have you got a coach that only had 45 minutes of practice every day?
Some of them.
Yeah,
They
he said
said
some.
typically they're like about an hour and 20 minutes.
That's still short,
That's
bro.
wild.
That is short.
Yeah.
Because you got to stretch.
Yeah.
You got individual drills, and then you got.
I don't know if stretch is included in that
Probably
45
not.
or
Oh,
120.
okay.
Probably not. It's XL Prime Time.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford. Find Florida Gators basketball on 1010XL.
It's a power conference with power forwards on fire. Florida's Thomas Ha and LSU's Markel Sutton. Gators Tigers tonight at 7 on 1010 AM.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 20th, 1980, the Steelers beat the Rams 31-19 in Super Bowl 14 to become the first team to win 4 Super Bowls.
Hey, this is Tom McManus. If you get injured out there, there's only one number to call. Pound Law, that's all. Slip and fall, car wreck, wrongful death. It doesn't matter. Morgan & Morgan handles it all. They're the largest in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 attorneys. $20 billion recovered for 500,000 clients. That's the kind of team I want. If you get hurt from someone else's wrongdoing, check out Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Low mortgage rates are back. Listen, Loan Pronto has fixed rate mortgages with APRs as low as 4.89%. It's the lowest in years. Hey, gang, Prosser here. Smart homeowners are taking advantage of this while they can. If you got stuck in a 6% loan, you can lower your payment big time, or you can keep your primary mortgage intact, get cash out, equity with Loan Pronto's rapid equity loans. One homeowner just got $250,000 out of their home. They paid off all their credit cards, some car loans, and cut their monthly expense by $2,000. Call now. See what option works best for you, but don't miss this big rate drop of 2026. Ask about new home loans, VA loans, full cash out refis, or their famous rapid equity loan. You can close in less than 2 weeks. You may be able to skip your next 2 house payments altogether. Call 904-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com. No hard credit pull. 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. APR for well-qualified buyers.
Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
Hi, I'm Tara Middleton with Goodwill Industries of North Florida. Thanks to the players, we're helping people overcome barriers to employment through training and education. It's 49 days until the players.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. People ask, are your solutions for thinning hair permanent? Yes, our solutions have permanent natural results and are guaranteed to work. Put our 35 years of experience helping 10,000 plus men and women to work for your thinning hair. Our trademark hair transplant procedures will give you 3 times more hair in one procedure. PRP and laser treatments are fast, easy, and effective, and only take 30 minutes. Most of our staff have experienced hair loss ourselves. Our caring and confidential team can help you look better and feel better about yourself and restoring your hair again.
For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hair4me.com. That's hair4me.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Great job corralling number 10, not letting him get loose. Fletcher breaks free. Mark Fletcher in the front race. Miami touchdown. Fletcher walks in. Miami touchdown. What a response.
Mark Fletcher was the engine for the Miami Hurricanes last night. I did one prop at Hard Rock last night, one of many, but one that said each team will have a receiving and a rushing touchdown. I thought, that's not bad. I'll make that play. And that didn't
You
happen.
got screwed.
Yeah, that
by
didn't.
Indiana, actually, because that Malachi touchdown was officially a receiving touchdown.
Yeah, okay, see, I didn't.
Yeah, because he tossed it forward to him.
Oh, I thought it was a toss pitch.
No.
Oh, right.
And then the other two were
but unfortunately for Indiana,
Fletcher.
there was no passing touchdowns.
Yeah. So, because I was looking at that one, like that one hosed me as well, but I didn't realize they ruled it that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was the dude getting it done, and really, the night belonged to Mendoza, Indiana, Signetti, but at the same time, they put together a heavyweight fight, both teams. So they lit it up last night. American Electrical can light up your world as well. Make sure you check them out, american-electrical.com, especially if you are looking for career opportunities or training in a trade that you'll always be employable in. Check out american-electrical.com. So the idea, you come out of this game, if you're Signetti, you're trying to duplicate what he did. That means, are they going to be able to go find another quarterback that's going to be able to do what Mendoza did? Mendoza was there just a year, and they were able to get him to buy in along with all the other guys to buy in. Same thing with Miami. What happens down there in South Florida? The Darian Mensah conversation is alive and well right now, but you can go from another quarterback, a Cam Ward to Carson Beck to Mensah. At least that's what makes sense right now. Can they keep it going?
Well, I mean, they had a lot of NFL. There's gonna be a lot of NFL draft picks on that team on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
For Miami and Indiana. So we're gonna lose what? How many linemen we're gonna lose? The left tackle, the right tackle, the right guard, the center.
The left tackle actually might stay.
He may stay. I thought he was
That's
a
what
senior.
people were saying.
I thought he was a senior.
He can come back.
He can come back.
But I would be. He's had such a great playoffs.
Yeah, he probably won't.
So at least a core. Go ahead.
Fletcher's coming back, right?
He is.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Fletcher coming back. We went and hijacked the Duke quarterback from there. So,
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, I thought it was a done deal.
No,
it's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
In JJ's head, it's a done deal.
Here's the other thing that's crazy
10 mil.
about this, and I
10 mil.
There's like 4 for the buyout and whatever
And
they
6
are
for
going to pay
6.5 for the
Yeah.
And I'm more than happy to hear that if one school loses a quarterback, that someone's got to buy out that contract.
Yeah, that should be how it is.
It makes sense. It's the first sensible thing that's happened in the NIL and the transfer portal. But
is Miami going to pay $10.5 million for a quarterback?
But I didn't think
Desperate
we were.
times.
Yeah.
I did not think we were entering a world that you would have, instead of coaching buyouts, you have player buyouts now. I just never thought we'd see the day. And yet that is exactly where we
It's
are.
better than just like leaving them high and dry with nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
Duke.
Yeah, believe me, I like the fact that you can't just say, hey, I'm poaching this guy. I'm the highest bidder. You suck it. You deal with it. And he gone. I like the fact that there's at least some cash coming back. Now, Manny Diaz and Duke is still kind of looking around going, well, now who the heck are we going to get as a quarterback?
Maybe they'll pluck Emory Williams off the Miami roster.
Please.
He's a tall glass
I would
of
love
tea, bro.
that.
I'll tell you that right now.
I would love that.
He's all a 6'5".
It's fine. Good. Go be 6'5" there.
Oh, you got $4 million to use.
All right, real quick.
There was word on the street that DJ Lagway was going to go there all weekend.
Right. Because he had
Until
already said he was going to Baylor.
But then he never signed.
Mhm.
And so there was lots of speculation after they lost Mensah that, well, they're going to get Lagway, but apparently he's going back to Baylor.
Yeah, and he has signed. Is that
Yeah.
okay? Yeah. All right.
So
off,
the internet streets say.
off the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. 3 straight for the Big Ten. Hashtag Midwest the best. And he finishes his text going, that was a complete troll. I don't give a crap about conference affiliation. Just want to show you how annoying it is. But here we are. 3 straight for the Big Ten. This is an argument that we will probably continue a little bit later on, but let's at least turn this into just a little perfecto with the ukulele, because this is probably going to be an easy one for one Matt Hayes, but jump in on it. Let's go from the Atlantic to the Pacific with a delicious Mexican lager found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life anchors up. Oh, that sounds so good. So 3 in a row for 3 different teams: Michigan, Ohio State, and now Indiana, which means the SEC has been boxed out for 3 straight years in terms of winning the national championship. Didn't even play in this one for the Natty. When is the last time?
I don't
the
think they played in the
SEC
last 3.
They didn't play in the last 3.
Yeah, they haven't played. But when is the last time there were multiple national championships, 3 or more, okay? And the SEC didn't have any one of them, okay? When was the last time?
Oklahoma, Florida State, Miami versus Nebraska and Miami versus Ohio
Right,
State.
but are you counting Oklahoma as an SEC team now?
No.
Okay, then it's gonna be Oklahoma 99, FSU 2000, Miami 2001.
And Ohio State after
Ohio
that.
State.
And
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Okay, now we got it. Now we got it all. Even though you did it backwards with the Florida State and Oklahoma. It was Florida State in 99.
Florida State 99,
Yeah,
Oklahoma 2000.
yeah, Florida State 99 because Florida State went back in 2000 and lost to Oklahoma.
Scored 2 points.
Yeah, 13-2. And then a little bit different that game down in the Orange Bowl, or it was actually whatever it was called back
They
then.
weren't supposed to be there.
Dolphins
but
They
Stadium.
were not supposed
I
to
know,
be
I
there.
know.
How far back can you go, national champions?
Oh, I probably stumble
love
and wobble.
this.
I can do players champions more than I can do college champions. That's your craft.
No, I don't know. I think once 90 hits, I don't know that I can.
Are you going to go backwards from 90?
Yeah, 89
Miami.
That's us.
Miami, 88 was
Notre
Dame.
With Lou Holtz and
87 's us.
Bettis.
Canes, 86
Penn State.
Certainly
Penn
got them in
State.
their little wheelhouse right now.
Yeah.
85
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, 84 BYU,
83 us.
Us.
Canes, 82 Oklahoma.
82 was Clemson. No, Clemson. No,
It was 80.
No,
Clemson-
Georgia was
Georgia
80.
was 80. 81 was
Clemson then.
Yeah, Clemson was 81. Georgia was
81.
80. But
82
82,
was
remember how many times this guy had undefeated teams and didn't win national championships?
Oklahoma?
No, Joe Paterno and Penn State.
Penn State. That's
In
right.
1982.
They beat Georgia, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sugar Bowl.
Okay, so then 79 was Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
78 was also Alabama, I think, right?
Yeah, but it was shared. Southern Cal was in there, and I think Alabama got the grocery store to give them one. I'm pretty sure.
Right, like they always do. 77.
But it was Alabama, Southern Cal in 78.
Notre Dame, 77.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I'm way off. I can definitely do this.
You're doing pretty good.
76. Pitt,
Nebraska
76.
and Pitt, it
Yeah.
says.
Yeah.
And
Pitt was the national champion. 75.
And the one thing about this, once
That
you
might
kind
be
of get the
Oklahoma.
roll going.
OU is 75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was right. Okay, 74 then.
Oklahoma, you said, yes?
Yeah.
OU. Okay, I'm making
74
sure.
is
Bama.
There's 2 for this
Doesn't
year.
matter. Has to be Bama.
Bama or USC, 74.
OU and
Yeah,
USC.
Yeah.
USC and OU.
Oh, OU?
All
And
right,
by the way-
73. So far, I'm like killing this.
Yeah, it was the Football Writers Association, the National Football Foundation, the UPI and the AP. Okay.
I can't do any more.
I remember I had a
73.
UPI one time. It was terribly
It
painful.
hurt, didn't it? It hurt. Notre Dame and Alabama in 73.
When was the
I never would have guessed that.
When was the national championship get the president named the national championship? What year was that? Wasn't that the 69 in the 60s?
69, the Arkansas, Texas, wasn't it? Isn't that what it was? 69, 67 was it, Joe? Arkansas, Texas.
69 was Texas.
Texas.
So
yeah,
was that
that one.
LBJ?
No, it was Nixon.
And he's just like,
He just
this
named
is
it.
the
He
champ?
just-
Yeah,
the
he just
What?
he went to the game. Went to the game.
I
and
wish
sat in the
Trump would have
stands.
stepped in last night and been like, you guys, actually, the Canes won.
I'm going to sign an executive order to change the national
I
champion.
am not a crook. This is the national
Which,
championship.
by the way, tons of celebs there last night.
Yeah.
Brady, Trump,
It was
Michael
electric.
Irvin.
It was electric. Dude, I told you it was electric all week.
I heard the town really took Miami, the Hurricanes, that is, and were just like adopted them again. Which
Tom
is
Brady
good to
was
see
there.
that.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was there exclusively to tamper. Okay, that's exactly what he was there
With
for.
Mendoza.
Yeah, all right, let's head into the 1 o'clock hour. We're going to get to some Jaguar football. One of our coaches, Mark Duffner, coming up at 1:15.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Here's another classic Florida Gator moment.
Kind of calm myself down, pull back tears.
You have never seen any player in the entire country play as hard as I will play the rest of the season, and you never see someone push the rest of the team as hard as I will push everybody the rest of the season, and you never see a team play harder than we will the rest of this season. God bless.
1010XL.
Joe C here. I tried playing handyman with my sprinklers and French drain. And royally failed. So I called Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage, and John Haney came out personally, just like he'll do for you.
You know it. And for a limited time, my good buddy Joe C's coming too.
Huh?
Ain't that right, Joe?
I got to go to the game.
Joe? Go.
Clearwater Irrigation.
At least do this part.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital
Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
What could Jacksonville do better? Find out from one of our best ever as David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today. Monday from 10 to noon. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida on 1010XL.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit hollispools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie. All those festive holiday feasts probably have added a few extra pounds, but here's the thing. You can make this the year you finally lose the weight safely and for good. Now, you know by now my daughter Amber kicked off the journey with Awaken 180 weight loss back in the summer. You ready for this? She's lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Man, is she proud of that. 100 pounds. And she really did it with this really, really good plan. There's no shots, no medications, no supplements, just real food and a proven plan. That's right. With Awaken 180, you can still enjoy your favorite food and drink. No more yo-yo diets or feeling deprived. The structured program empowers you to control your eating without hunger. It really is doable. Don't just resolve to make the change. Make the change. Call Awaken 180 today and take that first small step. Book your consultation now, 1-844-346-1800, or visit awaken180weightloss.com. It worked for Amber. It really did. And it can work for you. Awaken 180 weight loss.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Peter Brook, your neighborhood chocolatier. D1 Baseball has unveiled its preseason All-America teams today, featuring Florida sophomore Aiden King as a second team starting pitcher on the heels of a historic rookie campaign. As a true freshman, the Jacksonville native led Florida with a 2.58 ERA and 5 quality starts. Right now, 56 degrees at 105, time and 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Rocking and rolling, 1 o'clock hours here. A Tuesday on the First Coast. You got Championship Sunday coming up that we will get into. But we've been talking about the national championship from last night, Miami, Indiana.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Leon, you got a little blood on your lip.
Oh,
right
here
now.
we go.
Oh, from JJ.
Little
It's Kane on Kane.
God forbid. So E.T. came in and goes, because we were talking earlier.
Last segment, right.
About like who could be, because Malachi Tony has the potential to be the best offensive player in the history of Miami if he keeps this up. And he was like, well, who do you guys think it is? I said Michael Irvin, just because I watched a couple games from 1987 on YouTube this weekend, and he was just fantastic.
So
Leon
we were all
said
throwing
Andre
out
Johnson.
Names. We were all throwing out
and
names.
I said it could
Wait,
be.
hang on. I'm going to pick it up from here, okay? So I'm going to be the unbiased pickup from here. JJ walks in from his little box there into the studio, pokes his head in, looks at Leon and says, you know who it could be? Bryant McKinney.
Oh. Yeah, God forbid I bring up another offensive
He looks at the greatest offensive lineman in Miami history and says, another offensive lineman could be the greatest offensive player in the history of Miami.
Will you please,
It's like
at this
you T-bone
point,
me in traffic.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
At this point, will you please recite your accomplishments at the University of Miami?
I
need to hear them.
Well, I'm a 3-time national champion. Only lost 4 games in 5 years.
Top 10 pick in NFL draft.
Top 12 pick.
Mention the All-America.
First team All-America.
Yeah, and you're humble. That's why I knew it wouldn't bother you when I brought up another lineman.
2-star recruit when you played 1 year of high school football.
Yeah. And just because McKinney's
By the way,
how could you do that, bro? Like,
How
dare you do that?
You
Seriously.
guys are bringing up Ken Dorsey and all this. I was at
brought up
least
Steve
giving
Walsh.
O lineman love.
See, this is what happens when
Steve Walsh,
See
who
what
is a
happened-
national
Look
champion.
how he plays this. At least I'm telling Leon I'm giving lineman love.
No. Yeah.
Actually, what you're telling Leon is he ain't the best, is what you're telling him.
Well, I don't need nobody to confirm that. I know.
I
I'm the
never
best
got
at
to
my-
see him play.
Like
That's
last
all.
night. Last night they're doing some Cristobal kind of going back in time and showing him playing on national championship teams, and I slowed it down frame by frame, paused it.
There he is.
Just so TLD could see you hugging Mario because you were the better lineman. Okay, they were trying to focus in.
You
on
were Mario was thanking you for winning.
I will say the best part was after you said it, and we both went, "Wait, what?" And like this, you had this look of terror on your face when you realized what you did.
Andre
I was like,
Johnson, by the way, pretty
maybe
dang
I should have
good.
just stuck with skill positions.
Santana, pretty dang good. There were a lot of
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I can tell you
Portis, McGahee,
Portis,
Frank Gore.
yeah.
Oh my god.
McGahee was ridiculous, man.
Listen,
Melvin Bratton.
yeah, it was a lot of those guys
love
on the
Melvin.
sideline, and right now last night they were devastated.
Yeah.
They thought, they believed with all that talent,
Yeah.
all that good energy on that sideline. Indiana didn't care nothing about that.
That's what's crazy is like Miami's so talented. They just weren't the better team.
No,
they were just the
because
most talented team.
if I'm looking at this, and you can take it, like I said, for whatever, okay, but one graphic of the top 10 NFL draft picks, okay, that will come out of this game.
Yeah.
Mendoza's at the top, then Maui Noah, then Reuben Bain, then Mesidor, Carter Smith, who you mentioned earlier, Matt, might have taken a little bit of a dip, but he's listed as the 5th prospect, then Beck, Omar Cooper, Ahmad Moten, who, like we said, made some money last night.
Moten might move all the way up into like the top 6 or 7.
Yeah, he may have moved up.
it was bittersweet that he had such a great game because he's not coming back.
And
now.
then Pons and Scott were the last two secondary players, one on each team. And so
Scott's a freak. Pons, by
Indiana-
the way, he's like 5'9", but he was like the best player on the field at times.
yeah,
last
because
year.
that whole instinctual and closing speed and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But if you look at the top 10, 4 of them are Hoosiers. 6 of them are from the U. That's really not a bad.
No,
really not. That's a good
that's
case for what
coaching and
Indiana has done.
development, yes.
Yeah, for what they've been able to do. So the whole essence of what Mario's done down there is you're not just going to put a fence around the 305 or anything like that anymore. Because like before Carson Beck came back to Miami, 2 kids that grew up playing quarterback in the Sunshine State were playing outside of the Sunshine State because Beck left Mandarin, went to Georgia. Mendoza did not stay in South Florida, and he went all the way out to Cal and then ultimately went to Indiana.
Well, when Mario told me this, he said, I don't care if you're a 4 or 5 star. You come to Miami, you're going to work. You're going to absolutely work. And he said those players, they love competing. And when he told me over the summer that they got after it like we got after it back in the day, I knew he had something then.
Yeah.
Because I always say this, green tree made me.
Green tree, yeah.
Green tree made me. Yeah.
Yeah, but can they keep it up?
Well,
They
if you
got
look
to,
at
right.
their roster, I mean, they're
Yes.
loaded. And
they are.
And
They're young.
not, I'm talking about young high school
Yeah, they're
recruits.
young, yeah.
Like there was guys making plays last night on both sides of the line that are like freshmen and sophomores, freaks. Lightfoot is going to be an absolute freak. There's tons of them on defense.
If I had to say like early who's going to play in the championship game next year, I'd probably say Miami and Oregon. Oregon also very talented and very
they
young.
recruit well out of high school and they get out of the put like that's why I love Signetti now, and I'll be interested to see if Indiana can keep it going because they don't really recruit out of high school whatsoever. You see the Ohio States and the Texases, they have usually the best roster in college football because they recruit well from high school, but they also get guys from the portal. Indiana, it's all portal guys.
So I'm looking at the classic. As soon as you finish a national championship game, they got to give you another list of the next favorite next year, just as far as who will be up there. And you can just imagine who the obvious ones are, the odds and whatnot.
Ohio State,
it goes right
Texas.
to Ohio State. It goes to Texas. It goes to Georgia. It goes to Oregon, who we just mentioned. But Sark and Texas, number one preseason. They took a major step back, I would think, in most people's minds this year.
Don't you think they'll be the number one in preseason again?
They might be.
Just because
with
of
Arch. Yeah, probably. But
they've added some key pieces too around him on that offense.
Dude, that receiver from Auburn.
Yeah,
what's his name? Cam
Coleman.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Real quick, because we got to get ready for Duff, but the map that I kept talking about yesterday, Big Surge, that I never really got to show you, but this was the United States routing map for the national championship game, and it's all red except for 5 states, because it includes, of course, the state of Miami. But Oregon, not rooting for Indiana for obvious reasons. Kentucky bordering the Indiana at the bottom. Not
there are many
rooting for
people
them.
who think that the Southern Indiana people are basically just Kentucky people.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
FYI.
And so they're not rooting for them. For some reason, the Carolinas were not rooting.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, that
ACC.
Yeah, I don't quite get that.
Maybe ACC.
Maybe the ACC pride. It's
That's
real.
just Mensa.
It's a real thing.
That is
yeah.
Mensa.
Which, by the way, I don't
And
buy
then-
the
and then
Oregon
Florida.
one because if you go on Twitter, Oregon fans were going so hard for Mario not to win an Natty. They were like very anti-Miami.
All right, that's actually
They're still bitter about that.
Oh yeah.
And why wouldn't you be? Because they think of themselves as worthy on the same level. And remember,
we
we had that big conversation about whether or not he would leave them, and it was the only reason he left was to come home.
Yeah, to come home. Yeah,
because now we
that
look
makes
at
sense, though, right?
Yeah, now we look at Lanning, and everyone basically says, "Well, he wouldn't leave. Why would he leave?" And I get it, but it's still going to be a tough one at the line of scrimmage for Oregon to do what they do because they got dominated this past.
By the way, that game, real quick, they let them fight on the outside. The
I loved
receivers in the
it.
corners. I loved it too. They were literally very, very, very handsy.
Both sides.
Yeah,
Yes.
as long as you
yes.
are consistent.
They allowed them to have the hand around the waist, all of that.
Yeah, as long as
They
you're
just those Big 12 refs literally just said, "All right, you guys are just gonna. Somebody's gonna have to win this game, and they're gonna earn it."
All right, we'll keep it rolling. Coach Mark Duffner rolling in right here on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
My plan is to adopt a new style, a combination that requires the highest level of conditioning, speed, creativity, most of all,
1010XL.
Mike Dempsey here, and it's commercial truck season at Duval Ford. Right now, your business can drive off with serious savings. Thanks to Section 179 of the IRS tax code, you can immediately deduct the full purchase price of qualifying new or pre-owned work trucks and equipment this year, instead of depreciating it over time. Upgrade your fleet, lower your tax bill, and get to work fast. Visit DuvalFord.com to explore inventory or stop by 1616 Cassett Avenue today for big number 1 Duval Ford.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries is through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
It's your favorite team. It's their favorite team. Mike Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Every weekday from 10 to noon on 1010XL.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
I'm with Fresh Recycles of Jacksonville, and the fall part of the year just offers so much fun, especially when you're out and about. Tell everybody what's happening with Triumph right now.
They have got a lot of new models on the road, from Scrambler 400s. They've got the legendary Rocket motorcycle. Lots of really cool bikes to choose from.
And the price point and all the tricks that come with the Triumph bike, they're all there.
They're all there. Entry level to the greatest of the great. We've got them.
Look for them online, cyclesofjacksonville.com. Check out their Facebook page or that showroom on Atlantic near Regency.
Ready to race Jacksonville? Indoor racing anytime at K1 Speed. Fast electric karts, real competition, and family fun. Buy 2 races, get 1 free every Tuesday. Cruise over to K1 Speed Jacksonville today. Your top destination for indoor racing.
New year, new club. This is Joe C., and I'm proud to be a member of Southampton. And with the popularity of golf, getting a tee time is tough. But with membership comes member privileges. Enjoy clubhouse dining, expanded practice area, focusing on all parts of your game. And right now, you can join with an annual commitment and get a $1,000 discount, plus $500 of Pro Shop credit. All the details are online at golfsouthampton.com or call 287-PLAY and make a tee time today at the Golf Club of Southampton.
Anytime you've got major plumbing problems, and even the minor ones, there's several potential causes, and they usually can't be easily detected. So don't guess at a solution. Hire Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WonderWorld wants you to do. WonderWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WonderWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WonderWorld can.
And with Window World, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, Window World and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with Window World, and to top it off, Window World windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with Window World. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call Window World today and get your free in-home estimate, or see them online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World. Simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
We like welcoming in one of our coaches, Mark Duffner, joining us now. He did both sides of the ball with Coach Gerald Ingram earlier today, a Jaguar assistant, a longtime man on the defensive side. For, half a century you were in coaching. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. Great to be here with you guys today.
Hell of a game last night.
Oh,
right?
My gosh, unbelievable. I
figured we'd start there, but we'll get into Jags.
No, it was unbelievable. And actually a game of two halves, if you will. Miami struggled offensively in the first half, and then in the second half took off, and Indiana wound up struggling in the second half. You talk about a highly competitive, really exciting game. If you watch that and you weren't a football fan, you certainly are now. Terrific.
Who stood out to you, Coach? It's so many different components of that game where everybody just made outstanding plays. But if one player in particular?
Well, I can give you. I don't know if I can just say one.
Okay, give me a couple.
I can give you a couple. You have to be impressed with this Bain, I guess, the edge player from Miami, who I think is a dominant player. As a rusher, as a run defender, I saw him really literally throw linemen or tight ends out of the way. I mean, an explosive, strong, physical, relentless effort guy. I mean, I'd love to have him. I'm sure 32 teams in this league would too. I was highly impressed with him. The running back now, Fletcher, this kid from Miami. Jeez, oh Pete, I like him. And he's, when they talked about his size, jeez, oh Pete, he's a big guy, a big back that can run and could cut, has good balance. I mean, highly impressed with him. The little slot that Miami's got, heck of a player. I mean, the guy's an explosive guy. I'm drawing a blank for the name.
Malachi.
Oh yeah. Malachi. What a player. Yeah. And of course, you got to talk about their Indiana's quarterback. I was impressed with him and his toughness. The draw play that he ran and the effort that he displayed was excellent. The fact that he was getting hit every snap that he could by Miami in the first half, especially, and the kid just continued to compete and work hard. The receiver that was on that Indiana had is it 17? The
Surratt.
Nope, not him. Nope.
Yeah,
and he's good. Yeah,
Cooper.
Yep.
Becker or Cooper?
Becker.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy, they're all good players, but Cooper I think he was the one who made the great catch against Penn State, perhaps.
Yes.
But, Becker, the catches that he made in that game, and having been a guy that was more of a special teamer and then kind of came on, but is allegedly the fastest guy on their team.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I mean, there's a bunch of good players out there that, competed and played some of their best ball.
All three of those guys, by the way, the one or two star guys, those three receivers, all just elite players. So that kind of dovetails into my question to you.
Yeah.
You coached at the Division I level.
Sure.
You know what it's like to build and develop a roster. What Sig has done the last 2 years there, how he's got those guys, how he's not only evaluated them in the portal, got them to his place, assimilated them to his system and to the other players, and got them to play at their ceiling. How difficult is that?
Oh, it's tremendously difficult. I mean, first of all, it starts with the evaluation process, and some people are very good at it. Obviously, he is. He's a great evaluator of staff, of support staff, of players. I mean, that's why they're winning. They've got a great team. But that's the key sometimes. When you see, when we'll talk about in the draft, preparation for the draft, well, this guy's allegedly this grade and this round and this, that. Well, who's the evaluator? Sometimes the evaluators can be a little bit off, as far as that's concerned, whether they're a 5-star, a 3-star, 2-star, whatever. All I do know is that what he did to put together a group of players, and as I saw somebody wrote, a bunch of no names, so to speak, and turned them into, this juggernaut of a team, a national championship team is terrific. And it's something that I think every program and every business should look at, that it's team that really works and how you get people working together to maximize their talents. I mean, I would be studying the heck out of Indiana if I was in college ball, and I'd be studying the heck out of Jacksonville if I was in pro ball.
Yeah, it's a great segue because the transformation is never easy, and sometimes it can happen suddenly, which is in the case of Liam, Jimmy Gladstone's, and Tony Vaselli. And I gave you credit the other day that you were calling them the Three Wise Men, which is a great name. And if you get it going in the right direction, it can be sustainable as long as these guys stay here and get what they want.
And that's the key. In fact, we were talking this morning on the podcast of both sides of the ball, the job that McDermott had done year after year, to have winning teams like he's had year after year. When your coaching staff and your players change, and they change sometimes dramatically, is unbelievable. I mean, it's hard to do. You're never the same team. The Jaguars are not going to be the same team in 2026 that they were in 2025 due to the changes. Hopefully none in the coaching staff, and hopefully very, very little in terms of the players. But there's ultimately going to be some change in how you get that going in the right direction and continue to have the goals and the production. It's hard to do.
Now, Coach, what Indiana did, turning around in just 2 years, is put a lot of other coaches on notice. And I think that's a good thing, that the turnaround has been so quick. So a lot of these coaches just don't sit on their hands and don't get things done.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, again, I think that they clearly right now are the model. Everybody's trying to figure out how, why, who, how they all the ways they did this particular thing. So the pressure. I mean, let's just face it. It's highly competitive, and now you've got to compete and try to stay up with an Indiana type program, and whether it's the Alabamas, the Indianas. Indiana came from so far away that again, it's going to be something that a lot of people are going to try to copy and develop.
Yeah, I think the beautiful thing is that you're operating in anything is possible world right now. It doesn't mean there's parity in college football, because there isn't. There are still plenty of teams that want to get to where these others are at. But if you recipe it right, meaning the right coach, the right staff that he's allowed to bring in, and then obviously mix portal, which is the older kid, and mix it with recruiting and blend it perfectly.
Yeah, and so very, very comparable to what's going on in the NFL, whether it's free agency and the draft. It's very similar in how you've got to put together the formula, if you will, the recipe for success. And so that's it's interesting to watch. But tremendous. Two hottest models I'd be looking at would be Indiana in college and Jacksonville in the pros.
It's interesting that you brought that up, because I was just getting ready to ask you about that. Is Liam Cohen, and the job he and James Gladstone and Tony Baselli, what they did in this build out, the how it was so quick, how it was so effective, how those guys didn't get off track when they very easily could have gotten off track. There were 2, 3, 4 spots in the season where you're like, oh, this doesn't look good. What does that take as far as when you're in the building like that to keep guys on the same page and to keep guys staring at the one thing you've been talking about since you first stepped on the grass?
Well, you've got to have a united group, and what they did to keep them united, focused on the message, focused on the prize, is extremely hard to do. Outside noise, previous failures, here we go again, fragile at spots, fragile at positions, fragile with mindsets. I mean, it's whether it's Jonestown where they drank the Kool-Aid or what, I don't know what it was, but all I do know is that the consistent message that came, that never wavered, I think, from the top, from the three wise men, if you will, that continued to be reinforced by everybody else. Somebody else could have taken it in another direction. I think the total buy-in and constant message and focus is what got it done, and extremely hard to do.
Now, Coach, now that the season's over with, and you had devastating loss to the Buffalo at home, you got to upgrade at certain positions. I mean, are there any positions you see on the offense or the defense side of the ball that maybe we need to upgrade at?
Oh, I'm sure they're going through that tirelessly as we speak, and have been for a while. I would start first on I think you've always got to have a dominant player inside on defense, a defensive tackle, a nose tackle. Hamilton, I thought, played a heck of a season this year, but we need more. And so I think a guy that's a factor, a potential game wrecker there. Again, we've got 2 good edge guys, but we need another. We need more. Actually, somebody that's even maybe more dominant. We need another edge guy that can affect the quarterback, that people are fearful of. That you can multiply utilize him positionally where he can be a factor. And then you're always, in my opinion, looking for corners. You can't have enough good defensive backs, and especially the corner position. So I would say those on the defensive side. Offensive side, I'd be looking for the best your spot offensive lineman I can find. We gotta, you've got to keep your quarterback healthy. You've got to protect him, and not that he can get hurt with outstanding protection. He can, a player can, but I'd be looking there. I pray to God we can keep ETN. I think the 3 running backs they've got are really good players, and gives you good depth for what you need at that position. And the receiving group, I like what I see there, especially when you now add the potential of Hunter coming into that group, or to the corner group, which wherever. If they two-way plan, they two-way plan. But I think you still need a player of consequence of production in those spots. So that's what I kind of see.
Let's do a little of that real quick. JJ.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
So this came out a little earlier. The Baltimore Ravens interviewing Anthony Campanile. They've completed the interview, and he's now gone through a couple of them, and you have him and Grant Udinski that are both being looked at as coordinators. Scares the hell out of me, okay? I don't need a guy to come in and basically turn everything around defensively, turn the Devin Lloyds and the Monteric Browns and Antonio Johnsons into superstars in the teal and black, and then maybe someone else poach them. I hope it doesn't happen.
Oh, I do too. And actually even more so, turn the defense from a 28th in league scoring defense to 8th, and turn the takeaway defense to 2nd in the league from last. I mean, are you kidding me? Then that's a collective effort now. That's not just Anthony, but it's the staff that he's got and the leadership that he's displayed. And so, for him and Grant, I don't know Coach Udinski, but I've heard him on different press releases and so forth. A sharp guy. I like what I hear from him. He's a quick thinker, a good thinker. I'm praying that they understand they've got a good thing going right now, and they could learn more as they continue in the roles they've got.
Have you ever been in a world where there were nearly 1/3 of the NFL jobs open like this?
No, and I'm disappointed really with that. It's a bad look for the profession. It's a what have you done for me lately, so to speak? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean. Like I said, the success that Harbaugh had in Baltimore, the success that McDermott's had, Coach Tomlin opted to step down, but I mean his success unparalleled. I mean, you've got guys here that are exceptional leaders and coaches, and to have some of these changes, and a lot of them, I don't know if I know they're not substantiated, in at least my opinion. Now, again, I'm not in those rooms, so I don't know all there is to it, but everybody wants it yesterday, and in a lot of places, people are spoiled. I mean, I'm frankly, again, not a fan anymore of the leadership of a couple of these teams in that they don't know how good they've got it. They've been spoiled. It's hard to sustain winning. It's hard to win to begin with. Right. And then to do it year after year after year like these coaches, many of them have done, tough to do. And it's just, and then when these changes occur, it doesn't just affect the head dog. It affects everybody. It affects the rest of the staff, the support staff, the equipment, the strength staff, everybody. So these are big changes when they occur, and if they're warranted, have at it. But when I think that it's sometimes a whimsical thought, not good.
All right, one more of that before we hit the break.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
This is from Michael McCann of McCann Sports Law. Duke is suing Darian Menza to keep him at Duke, arguing he signed an NIL deal and must stay.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Lawyer up. All right, we'll get into it coming up in just a little bit. We got Coach Mark Duffner hanging out with us. You got a Jag question, 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. One of our texters did say, I want to know what pass interference really is. So we'll get into that coming up. Joe Burrow chimed in on that as well. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Ever wonder what Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser did before the drill?
You're wearing tuxedos to a job that requires you to clean bathrooms.
Dan and Jeff.
I'm proud of what I do.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Watch where you step. Watch where you squat.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
RestoPros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
RestoPros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
RestoPros!
It's a new year at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. Cash in this month with thrilling promotions and tournaments, including daily high hands. Don't miss the winning weekends and table games Clockwork Cash Out, giving away $500 cash every 30 minutes on selected weekends at all Best Bet locations. The excitement is just beginning in 2026. Learn the games and see all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Did you know there's local savings
sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go.
Pages in your mailbox right now.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
A new year is the perfect time to finally get organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to home offices, entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and more. Beautiful, functional storage for any space, lifestyle, and budget. Start the new year strong with 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free in-home consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills, drops, and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Are you taking weight loss drugs or medication that's making your hair fall out? Whether you're frustrated with results from treatments that just don't work, or you no longer have the fuller, thicker hair that you once had, there's a better way. Our hair restoration solutions have helped literally over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Ready to grow your hair back and have permanent, natural, and guaranteed results? For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's Golden Moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is I'm proud of my Miami Hurricanes. They didn't win the national championship. It's about championship. There's no moral victories and playing the team tough, but I like the physicality that they displayed both sides of the ball. I like Carson Beck. We don't get there without him. I like the run game, like the defense. I'm inspired by Miami football now. I don't think this is going to be a one and done. And for all you fan bases, you know the ones I'm talking about within the state who celebrated
this office,
who celebrated our loss.
Listen,
Yeah,
I did not celebrate.
That's guilt. That's guilt. I didn't say no names.
I was just saying I might have been a bit relieved, but I didn't celebrate it.
We're in the car and we're looking at y'all at the rearview mirror now. Yeah.
Jacob's walking in here like brushing off his Florida State.
Yeah, he's brushing off his Florida State thing like y'all did something.
Yeah.
I mean,
with your 5 and 7
terrible,
self.
man. Get out of here.
Yeah, and then you got the Georgia fan. At least I believe he's the Georgia fan that texted in. I feel like if Beck could somehow get another 2 years, he could almost, definitely, maybe, possibly win a natty.
So bitter.
Yeah.
He has two. What do you mean win a natty? He's on the team that won 2.
You're right. He got you there. He got you there.
For a team that we never play in my whole life, Georgia fans really hate us.
Yeah, they're
it is
protection
crazy.
mode. Yeah.
Bro, they hate everybody.
I guess.
They hate themselves.
They don't like anyone.
Which is sad because I used to cheer for you. Like, I cheer for you guys against Florida. So it's like we're brothers.
Yeah, I even cheer for y'all against Bama.
Yeah.
I'm about to recalibrate now.
Yeah. All right, Matt.
All right, my golden moment is embrace this crazy, wonderful, unthinkable championship season by Indiana. May never come again, or maybe it will. Maybe Siggs found the formula.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going back old school and saying, you know what, we're going to bring this thing all the way back to square one. I don't care about NIL money. I don't care about 4 or 5 stars. We're going to get guys that want to play football, that love the game, that realize football at the end of the day is about want and will. And we're going to teach those guys.
Yeah.
And those guys are going to play hard for us, and we're going to win games.
That's where the coaching comes in, Coach, right?
No doubt about it. No, I think that's what you saw. And the fact that staff at Indiana has been together since they were back at, I think, IUP, but for a long, long time. So the message, the method, the plan, all of it right now is a collective one that everybody's participating in a way that's to be admired.
All right, so let's just get back to a little bit of NFL playoff talk, Jag talk with Coach Mark Duffner. Years in the building downtown at the bank, coaching your Jaguars on defense, and then many years in the National Football League. As a matter of fact, you were last coaching up in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow came out and said his quote is, the amount of people that don't understand what a catch is in the rule book flabbergast me. And it's not the officials. The two plays yesterday, because he just barely tweeted this yesterday. The two plays yesterday were not difficult calls, and they got both of them right. Now, we have a texter that says, I can't stand not knowing what pass interference is. The officials don't even know what it is. They're referring to the Josh Allen INT.
They know it when they see it, Joe.
Yeah. The INT where... who was it? Brandon Cooks has the ball, but then the defender rolls over him, takes the ball away from him, and I said in a nanosecond, and then he has possession of the ball. And then you compare it to the Devonta Adams catch in the Rams game where two Bears converged and got the ball. They thought they got the ball, and they counted his knee down and counted it as a catch. You could argue they look the same in terms of just how quick.
Oh, very much so. And I don't disagree with Joe. Joe's a bright guy and a great decision maker and a phenomenal player. I still think those are very tough calls. And my biggest gripe with the whole thing, especially in the Buffalo game, I just didn't think there was enough time given to the review. And you know, I don't think that Coach McDermott or the staff had a chance to throw the red flag out to get a challenge on the thing. And so I read somewhere where, well, they're just trying to move the game along. Well, flip, that obviously was a huge call in the game. And so, I mean, it's tough on those kind of calls. Those are contested catches, and they got to be reviewed thoroughly so that you do get them right. And it can't be, whimsical looks at it. So.
I still don't get how that Buffalo. I still don't get how that's a pick. I don't get it. He catches the ball, he's down. A guy rolls over the top of him, snatches it from him, and it's an interception.
He literally had the ball in both arms, and he hit the ground.
Yes,
but it was a nanosecond.
It doesn't matter. He hit the ground. You know what? It's when they say no, he's down by contact. When it's a nanosecond that his knee hits, he's down.
Simultaneous action.
And he's down.
So you both think it was a catch?
Catch, absolutely.
Yeah, I absolutely do too, from the limited looks I've had at it. And that's not to be wimpy on it, but. I just wish they really had spent something like that.
A little bit
big
longer.
a game. Absolutely.
And McDermott afterwards said
that was his problem with it.
Yeah. He said,
and he's right.
He said the call is the call, but why didn't it take a little bit longer?
Right. He was standing up for the players, standing up for the fan base, and he said all the right things, and he was hot afterwards. But like I said, simultaneous action is, I think we've kind of lost sight of that.
In baseball, the tie goes to the runner.
Yeah.
And so. In that particular thing, if it in fact was a tie, it's still a catch. He had the ball first. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there, but that's kind of a rule of thumb that's been around.
Isn't that the way it used to be in football? All levels of football. Like if they both catch the ball,
they
it goes
always
to
give
the
it to the offensive guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's the only reason why I keep saying the same thing is because it didn't look like he possessed it for any length of time, and then Brandon Cooks kind of curled up and didn't even jump up and argue it, which was kind of crazy as well.
Well, it's the playoffs. You got to do better.
Yeah.
By the refs. You're supposed to be
the best.
You're supposed to be the best. When you're reffing the playoffs, that means that your grade allotted you that game to where you're reffing.
I would like to have a little huddle up with those. That's for sure.
But that's also
just a quick little huddle up.
You know what? That's also incumbent on New York to get that right too.
And it was supposed to. They said the eye in the sky looked at it. I don't know.
Now I don't know. I'm going to throw something out there. I don't know if they've done this or not, but. What Leon just said was correct. It's an honor. You're chosen by your grades all year long as a referee to coach the big games, the playoff games, the Super Bowl, et cetera. So those refs are allegedly the best. In my book, I think I would recommend you take the best referee staff.
There you go.
Because if us four are chosen to officiate a game, but we've never worked together,
Right.
Even though we're the best at our position, lineman, side judge, whatever the referee, whatever the case may be,
Right.
we're missing something here because we haven't had that
no chemistry.
working
No
correct.
chemistry, right.
And so we've thought as coaches for a while now, geez, so Pete, we love getting the best group out there, but make sure it is the best group. Take the best staff.
And it apparently does affect jobs.
Oh,
Yeah.
my, tell me about it.
Just to ask Sean McDermott that one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep it going. We have to get to this one part about with Coach Duffner here is that how in the heck did Josh Allen play a clean game here in a bad, non-clean game, mistake-prone game against Denver? We'll get into that coming up.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios, brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Drake May, more or less than 231 passing yards. LeBron James, more or less than 23 points. It's just that simple, everybody. And now Prize Picks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You can choose Flex Play and get paid even if one of your picks misses, or Power Play for the biggest payouts. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code 1010XL and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play $5 in lineups. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Did you know your roof ages from the inside out? By the time you see a leak, damage already exists beneath the shingles. Sun exposure, humidity, and seasonal storms slowly weaken roofing materials over time. If your roof is 15 years old or more, then now is the time to start planning, not reacting. At Endless Summer Roofing, we provide professional inspections and clear guidance so you can make informed decisions. Visit EndlessSummerRoofing.com to schedule a free inspection. Endless Summer Roofing, protecting your home from Florida's endless summer.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
It may be winter in Northeast Florida, but it's one of the most important times to protect your lawn. Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. Their winterizer strengthens roots and improves cold tolerance. Pre-emergent treatments stop spring weeds before they ever start. What that means is you set the stage for a thicker, greener lawn when spring arrives. Call today to schedule your winter lawn treatment with Julington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
When it's game time, make feeding the crowd easy. Chicken Salad Chick serves fresh Southern-style chicken salad, flavorful sides, and crowd-favorite catering trays. Order ahead at chickcatering.com or visit one of 4 area locations today.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
A couple more minutes before we hand it off. A round of applause for the exit lunch that Big Surf brought today.
Yeah.
It wasn't exit lunch. What was it, Liam?
It was comfort.
Comfort food. Yeah.
That's how I had to deal with the loss.
Yeah. We love it.
The most generous guy I've ever been around. I say it every week, but I've never been around anybody more generous than Leon.
And we demand
He's
that
phenomenal.
we demand that he stop doing it because we're all gaining weight, but then we don't want him to
He
stop.
won't stop.
He's a good man.
I won't do it as often now.
Yeah.
Because of seasons.
Because he was trying to keep the streak alive.
Superb.
Yeah,
talent.
well, I had to.
They kept winning. Jags kept winning, and
Too much at risk.
yeah.
Honestly, I'm not trying to like pile on you guys. You know what really the worst part about that game is? You guys played a near perfect game defensively. You played that better than anyone did, including Ohio State. And you couldn't. I told you
They're
guys
the second best team.
Here's the thing. I told you guys too this before the game that what Indiana does better than anybody is they just pounce on mistakes, man. Absolutely pounce on them. And I mean like the block punt. I mean like a penalty. That penalty cost them that touchdown.
Oh yeah,
they were off
jumped
the field.
off sides.
They
It was
were
third
off
and
the
long,
field.
And then,
Yes.
and then they on top of that, they really trick you with these third down runs that you're not expecting whatsoever on third and long.
Just
And
incredibly
And
coached.
they
got
got
like three
both,
times.
and they got both of those running backs lathered up when they needed to.
Yeah.
Both run games were superb.
They both run angry. Both those dudes, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then the tight end / fullback, he's angry. He could be a Jag. I wouldn't mind that.
Well,
But
there's a few in that game last night
Yeah.
could be Jags. now.
Could be Jags.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, real quick. How does it that Josh Allen can come in here and play a clean game, disciplined game, yada, 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 and then go up there and just get reckless with the football?
You know, sometimes it's hard to understand. Sometimes, I mean, but it's tough to stay consistent all the time, consistently great all the time, and he certainly has demonstrated that over his career. I mean, he played a pretty darn good defense that he was playing against.
Yeah.
You know, some people thought, well, maybe it's the altitude. Well, I'll share this with you. I think the stadium he played at in collegiate ball in Wyoming is actually higher altitude than Denver Stadium.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I think he hasn't been at lately as far as that's concerned.
Sure.
But the guy is going to play his heart out. You know that. And sometimes you press, sometimes you do things, and they happen like they did. You know, that's when the team, the rest, everybody else has got to step up and make plays.
How'd you like to be the guy coming up with a game plan to defend Jarrett Stidham? You'd be all right with that, wouldn't you?
Well,
in the AFC Championship game?
If I'm playing against them, yeah. If I'm New England right now, I'm kind of licking my chops a little bit. But I listen to what everybody on that, and of course they're going to say the best things about him. But whether it's the head coach or the rest of those guys on that team, they have great confidence in this guy. Now I think he's maybe started 4 games and won 1 in his whole career. But they wax eloquently about this guy's ability to play and make decisions. And when you look at the travel that he's had, people that have gotten him and gone after him to get him, he's got to have something on the ball. But again, I'd prefer to see him than Bo Nix.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that he was at Auburn before Bo Nix was,
Amazing.
which is kind of crazy. All right, let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Taylor Dahl joins us as we get ready to hand it off. What's happening?
Not much, just fun game last night.
It
I think
was.
very entertaining for me, especially coming off. I was exhausted from Sunday watching the games, and obviously the Bears, that tragedy at the end that happened.
That couldn't
but
have been easy for you.
it was not easy, but I was exhausted, and so I needed a good game, and
Yeah.
it gave me that,
Yeah.
which was
Oh,
exciting.
Yeah, the Bears with Caleb Williams, I don't know how much ground he covered, but we were talking about it earlier. He turned and ran in the wrong direction.
Yeah, 26 and a half yards.
Yeah, just so we could create a little
Yeah.
time because he was going to come back to defense.
Yeah.
It was incredible
Yeah.
what he did.
It
And
was
then
just
obviously
stupid is what it was. It was just stupid good.
He's done that so many times this year, like 4 or 5 times at least, that he's just made a play where you're like, how did that even happen? And sometimes no feet even planted on the ground when he makes a throw. So it's wild. Yeah.
All right,
But
what's coming up?
Yeah, we'll talk a lot about last night. That was, and just in general, the college football landscape and what's good for college football and what's bad for college football. I think Indiana winning last night was fantastic, personally. I think that just what it does and the fan base, I have a lot of family in Indiana, so maybe that also touches a little closer to home too for me. But I think that we'll jump into a lot of that. We'll obviously get into some more NFL, the games this week and what those look like. And we also want to talk about the teams that were in the playoffs this year and what some of those biggest needs for them to get back into the postseason next year. So we'll get into some of that.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you.
You got Helmets and Heels coming up. If you add up the total number of turnovers that quarterbacks had over the weekend, it's nuts.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, it was aided strongly by Houston. I can share that. But yeah.
CJ, Caleb, and you go down the line. Stafford, they all coughed up the football. Drake May did. All of them. All right, we are done. Coach, thank you as always. And check out both sides of the ball on the social channels with Coach Duff and Coach Ingram. We would love for you to check that out. The Jaguars 1010XL YouTube channel or any of the other social channels. We are done. Big Sirs, Maddie, Josie, and JJ.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. It's hard to explain,